Hello, and welcome to the daily political tarot and astrology live stream here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. We have got epic troll slayers who've kept us safe for years. We have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and to me. Thank you. Almost 5 years. Almost every single day for 5 years. So I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do that if you were not great. So thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed or whatever works for you. So hello, everybody. Sarah says, I'm just here for the cats. Oh, wait, my Burberry cats. They're so cute. They're so cute. Okay. And if you see this blanket move, that is Boo Boo. He is napping, but he decided he wanted to nap over there. Yeah, actually, now that hang on 1 second. This should be, yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. And I was trying to decide what deck to use. You know what? I'm going to use the, I'm going to use a pulp tarot today. It just, do I want to use the pulp tarot? Yeah, I'm going to use the pulp tarot today. We'll see how this goes. Because the lunacy, I've been saying for days that they're doing a bunch of crazy stuff. One, because they think they can get away with it, and two, because they're trying to exhaust us. But wow. Okay, let's jump in. It's going to be a little bit, you might get an eye twitch after a few questions, like what? Huh? Doug says, I love Saturday. I get to watch Black and Orange from my recliner, English Bulldog and Beagle sitting with me. Oh, the puppy dogs. Oh, the precious. Okay, good. Veronica says the kitties are snuggly. I love that. All right. Rob D says the pulp deck should be used from now on, in my opinion. Yeah, it is the deck of criminals. Yeah, all right. Well, okay. If you need to stop at some point and go lie down for a minute, I understand. Okay, 3:10. 3 minutes, 10 seconds in. RawStory is reporting that the official questionnaire being sent to applicants wanting to work with RFK Jr. Wanting to work? After his potential confirmation, apparently the official questionnaire is bizarre. Brian Hughes, spokesman for the Trump transition team, confirmed that the application and subsequent questionnaire are both real and being used by Kennedy's team. Shall we go through 6, 7 of the questions on the questionnaire to find out if you too would like to work with RFK Jr.? Okay. Okay. I need to sneeze. Hang on. I'm so sorry. I'm allergic to anything RFK Jr. Oh, by golly, Ollie, thank you. Gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Okay. First question. I'm guessing these are statements, and then how much do you agree or what have you? Okay. First statement. I don't have much interest in having actual experiences with another person. I know I've got to couch some terms here on YouTube. So let me run through that again. I don't have much interest in having actual experiences with another person. Why do you need to know that? Okay. Second, you can follow along in the description box. Second statement. I believe in things many others don't, like having a sixth sense, clairvoyance, and telepathy. And as an adolescent, I had bizarre fantasies or preoccupations. What does that have to do with working in the health department? Okay. Third statement. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6. Okay. Third statement. I consistently use my physical appearance to draw attention to myself. This is a government job, right? I just go to an office. It's probably some typing, phone calls. Okay. Statement number 4. I like to show off my body. Statement number 5. Modesty doesn't become me. And number 6. I like to look at myself in the mirror. Isn't RFK Jr. Doesn't Trump want him to be health secretary? What is your intimate life got to do with and the sixth sense and clairvoyance? Yeah, Beth A, these are the questions for a job. MS is asking, are these questions or confessions? Lisa for Truth reminds us that, well, a worm did eat part of his brain. That is true. Yeah, Mary Beth, that's just creepy. That is the perfect word. Kelly is agreeing, creepy. And Beth A, aren't some of these legal questions for a job? Yeah. Okay. I don't think you can ask some of these questions for a job. Certainly not a government job. Lena P's asking, is he fishing for a date? Well, isn't he getting a divorce? Oh boy. Hello, Susan. Dude. What the heck? Okay. It's like it's like it isn't even just like funhouse mirrors. It's like the worst part of the funhouse mirror fairground thing where the mirrors are actually spinning. He's looking for women. Yeah. Yep. In my opinion, entertainment. Hang on. Up here. Ding. Entertainment only YouTube. Queen of Wands. He's trying to find like-minded people. Because the Emperor has put an idiot, or is trying to put an idiot in that job. 9 of Swords. Do not work for this man. Do not apply. I'm serious. Don't. Do not. It's going to get bad. If he gets in, assuming everything is headed in that direction, continues in that direction, which I'm not entirely convinced of, but we shall see. But this do not work for him. He is unhinged. He's got impulse. I'm picking up impulse control problems. Entertainment only YouTube. Chariot with the woman in the go-go boots and the short shorts. Yeah. I mean, as bizarre as these questions are, what this comes down to is incompetence and exploitation and ego run amok. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to do a little some overseas questions at 11:20. Oh, the stench coming off of the grossness. All right. Anyway, so moving on. Joanne Cleve had a question. Romania is having an election redo because it has evidence that Russia interfered in its last election with targeted disinformation. Yeah. Yeah. Georgescu, the far-right Russian-endorsed candidate who won the primary with Russia's alleged intervention, is friends with Putin and Trump. Yay. Thank you, Amy. Amy gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, Georgescu is friends with Putin and Trump. Oh, and he wrote the intro to RFK Jr.'s last book. Links in the description. I'm not making this stuff up. I mean, really? Will the decision to redo Romania's election have far-reaching effects? None of your business, Google. Hello, Marianne. What about 9 Inch Nails? Anyway, so in Romania, Cash Peters did a video on this, and he was talking about how the liberal woman is not, she needs to get up and fight for democracy, and she's apparently just no. Oh, this is okay. None your business Google. Raven, is it? Just a general statement that Trent is fine. Fair enough. All right. Let's see. Of course, Smith says the U.S. asked them for their proof to do our own investigation. Is that official? Is there like a major news outlet that has talked about that? Good Karma is pointing out that The Hague is only about 500 kilometers from Paris. Just saying, someone could swoop in and arrest 45. We wish. Friend of Mancha says Romania is not playing this dictator nonsense. Romania. So, oh look. Card for the reading is the Emperor. Okay. I put the card for the reading sideways because I can only fit 5 cards on the rack. All right. there was interference here. There's a big suspension, strength, which is most often a positive card. Ten of Swords. Sorry, it's been a while since I used this deck. And then the Star. This feels like the Georgescu. It looks like the woman will get back in instead. It looks good for her. I'm trying to get a sense, though, of what does this have a wider impact? I'm sorry, I had asked a question about if you had a news source for that, and I'm afraid I missed the chat. So BLVIGIL? I'm afraid I don't know how to pronounce that. Blavigil? Sorry. But that's very sweet of you. Thank you. Yeah, Glenna Miles, yeah. Cash Peter says she needs to step up her game if she wants to win. Yeah. Yeah. Something has to be done. Something has to be done. This far right authoritarian garbage. Something needs to be done about that. So we have someone standing up to do something about this, which leads to happy liberals. The far right is not done. Putin is still. I'm amazed that man can still do anything considering the state of his economy. This is a refusal. There's still going to be people who refuse to accept decency, democracy, causing a lot of grief. This right here, this is, do not take this lying down. It just leads to pain. Is there stuff going on in the background? I hope so. For anyone who's a regular viewer, you know that what I believe is going on is the astrological, and when the outer planets move, it can take the collective energy, which is what readers are reading on, and almost just like blow it away before it can reassert itself. Because we're in the sea of energy. We have our collective energy, but then we have these massive currents come through when planets change signs, when they aspect each other, and takes our little plans, just goes until our energy reasserts itself. So I'm glad you like it, Julie. Raymond Pascal says Connecticut court upholds $965 million verdict against Alex Jones in Sandy Hook case. Good. Okay. Good. Will this have wider? Well, we know the right, they're trying to stir stuff up, but I've got Justice, Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Okay. All right. We need to talk about this. I was fortunate enough, incredibly fortunate, that when I was a teenager, my father went, he got a job overseas, and I ended up in the Netherlands. And I was fearless. And so at the time, now nothing against the American school in the Netherlands, nothing against it. It was just at the time, decades ago. They were going to have to they were going to have to build a new building. It didn't have a great reputation. There were some problems going on. And I, being me, actually, before I start this, I should write this. It was starting at 20 minutes. Me being me, my father said, because the other option was the international school. And my father said, well, where do you want to go to school? I was 16. And I said, the British school. He was like, the British school? I don't even know if you can get into the British school. I was like, well, I want to try. And somehow I got in. It just blew my parents' minds. And I'm incredibly fortunate, but I've never worked so hard in my entire life. And you're talking to a person who has been here running this live stream every single day for 5 years. Almost 5 years. So I went from an American high school in West Virginia to the British school in the Netherlands. A little bit of a culture shock. Completely different education system. In high school, American high school, and at the international school, you had all of these different, you had your 8 different classes every day, or your 9 different classes every day of all these different topics. Well, at the British school, because I was 16, I needed to start taking A levels. And that meant that I had to choose 3 topics to study heavily for 2 years. Really, really, really smart people would do 4. I was not. I went from doing multiple choice questions and an essay question that was literally 2 paragraphs to doing 3-4 page essays every week. And yeah, anyway, Parkersburg, Kelly. So I'm telling you all of this because I chose English, history, and art. And in history, we were for 2 years, we were focused on Tudor England. I despise Henry VIII. And the French Revolution. Now, I have forgotten a great deal in the decades and decades since then, but I did study the French Revolution for 2 years. And I was also taught by a lovely Scottish woman. So to this day, when I'm listening to stories about the French Revolution, what happened, the different characters, in my head, I'm hearing, get out paper and a pen for a wee quiz. Robespierre, King Louis, Marie Antoinette. This is what this is what my brain's doing. So this morning I was listening to some historians talking about the French Revolution, and it was all starting to come back to me. Or some of it was starting to come back to me. And I thought to myself, oh, that's right. Yeah, because the French Revolution took place the last time Pluto was in Aquarius. Yeah. And this, with the unaliving of the CEO of the insurance company, and the reaction, the surprising reaction on social media of, oh, well, I mean, there are, like, at some point it was, I want to say that law enforcement was asking what they call internet sleuths to help them find the suspect. And the response was a resounding claim denied. Yeah, the amount of fury that has come up against a CEO of a medical insurance company is very Pluto and Aquarius, the revolutionary. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the revolutionary, the person thinking outside the box, the person who believes in the collective. Yeah, if you've spent any time on social media recently, whoo, bit chilly, I should say. And the thing about the French Revolution is you get a lot of the same stuff. This is why I'm actually going to move one of the questions up, because I want to say, yeah, we're going to go to number 3 here at, well, I've been talking, so like 20 minutes here. The vast majority of people who Trump is choosing for this and during this transition time, the vast majority of them are billionaires. He's making oligarchs. That's what he's doing. Or he wants to. He's trying to. And we've just gone into Pluto and Aquarius. How French Revolution can you be? You're putting the American aristocracy into power. You're funneling all of this power to the aristocracy in this country as Pluto's going into Aquarius. Have you never heard? Never, no, I mean, we know he's dumb. We know but how stupid can you be? Oh, Raymond Pascal says it's an attempt at oligarchy, but it will fail miserably. Oh, I have no doubt it will fail miserably. I have not a single doubt in my head. My worry is how spectacularly is it going to fail? Because exactly, Visualize 70. I hope you're not in for a reign of terror. We agree. Yeah, that would be a big bad. Yeah, no. Hey, Slade says, can't read the room. Yeah. So you're with the rising populist, with this populist uprising, as in populist, not as in, they've been using the term populist as in just juicing up their far right base. But there can be these big grassroots movements in any party for whatever reason. And these popular notions are things that turn popular. And the amount of anger, and you're just stoking that furnace. Really? Nettie, I do not know. What was Pluto and Aquarius up to at the time of Caesar's fall? I do not know. I have not gone back and looked at the Roman stuff. Okay. 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 Ultimately, that's the end. So that's not all bad. Assuming things go the way they're going, and there could be big changes. Okay, waiting for your ship to come in. There's young Democrats, and okay, this is the far right, but this is young. Okay, so that's not bad. I'm starting with the end. No, the end is over here. Okay, card for the reading is the Queen of Wands. These are the oligarchs, would-be oligarchs. The billionaires, well, if somebody's made an insane amount of money, then they must be a genius and be able to be in charge of anything. No. What that means is they know how to make money. It doesn't make them good at education. It doesn't make them good at healthcare. It doesn't make them good at whatever. Anyway, Knight of Pentacles. Oh yeah, these are some bright sparks. Actively going for their right-wing nonsense. But look at a hermit. Next to in the center, I've got the major arcana. I've got the Hanged Man. So these are their plans, and this ends over here with like a whole other situation. But I'm a little concerned about the hermit and the man who's got a lot of blood rushing to his head. That's a little worrying. Yeah. So are we headed for, is there going to be more anti-American aristocracy? Is this going to become a movement? Because that can get ugly, especially because one of the things that happens with authoritarian wannabes, well, what happens with Aquarius is it's one of the fixed signs. So everybody's beliefs get really fixated. They don't look for common ground. You're not, because this is the way it should be. Both sides do that, which is why you get the revolution, because they can't find common ground and communicate. So the more extreme you get Trump and his oligarchs, the more I'm like, oh, this could be bad. So at Anti-Oligarchy in the US. Basically, I have to be careful what I say on YouTube, but something about, are there other CEOs and billionaires who might want to recheck their security, and or will there just be uprisings? Nonviolence is the way to go. Nonviolence. All right, you clueless, selfish Trump super rich. I don't want you unalived. Okay. Not right now. That's what I'm getting. Not right now. Right now, they're hidden. They're, especially after what happened, they're reviewing their security measures and this kind of stuff. So right now, they are very much, they've battened down the hatches, and that they're just looking forward to the rise of the dumbest Fiora ever. Would be. Page of Pentacles, but Ace of Swords. See, this is tiny bit worrying. It's way down here, though. It's over here, but okay. So okie dokie. Kathy McBride had a question at 36 minutes in. Will NATO make an announcement of some sort regarding worldwide election interference soon? Please. Of course, as Cash said, the oligarch cabinet. Yeah. How stupid, but okay. And then people are like, "Oh, astrology isn't real." Really? Because that's exactly the okay. NATO announcement. They have intelligence, it feels like. We definitely got the adding insult to injury, and my gosh, were we disappointed. 10 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. So, well, I don't know about worldwide, but certainly this is the actions of Putin and his scumbags will be 10 of Swords and out in the cold. Out in the cold, and some will be legally in big trouble, and then a lot of this will be out. They'll be thrown out in the cold, unable to work, unable to do much. But we're specifically okay. Just wondering, will NATO announce something in a way that helps us here? Because it's not, that's the other thing about Pluto and Aquarius. It's not. Do not look for a savior. It's the collective. You've got to think in terms of the collective. Oof. Okay. NATO's a group. They could share intel. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Card for the reading is institutions. Okay. This can have to do with elections, governments. It can also be intelligence agencies, kind of all working together. Governments. Page of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. All right. Swords, this would be about elections. A Page of Swords can be like a voter, somebody who doesn't have vast power, but has their power. But it's not necessarily the strongest, but boy, somebody paid off. Ace of Pentacles, somebody being paid off. Oh, Bernadette Smith, thank you so much. It really helps. Thank you. And they end up burdened. The people trying to pull this off, they're just burdened. They can't move forward. And then I've got the King of Cups, which would be the liberal leaders, could even be Joe Biden, knowing about the corruption, the absolute corruption. I will believe it when I see it. Like I said, there's the collective energy right now, and then there's the outer planets. Right now, Pluto's in charge. So I would love to read on, oh, they're starting this, or they've come out with that. Will this help? Will this work? That I want to read on all day. But I reserve my blind faith for knowledge, a lot of it firsthand, of what Pluto can do. So I'm just here. I'm just here. It won't be forever. I mean, he's at the planet's next 3 years, though. It's going to be a lot of energy coming through. So, okay. So, these poor women at 41 minutes in, Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss. Seriously, the judge in this case, really? Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss are asking a New York judge to issue severe sanctions for Rudy Giuliani after he refused to comply with an order to hand over his assets. He just wasn't feeling like it. Because that's how courts work. If you're connected. Giuliani has a Florida condo, which he claims is his primary residence. However, as recently as August, a subpoena showed he was using an address in New Hampshire, where he also opened a bank account. The lawyer said Giuliani has not turned over a single document after the discovery orders, notwithstanding multiple orders from this court requiring him to do so. Will Rudy face steeper penalties? Yes, please. Meme to you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That really helps. And thank you for the kind words. All right, Rudy. Yes, Mark. Rudy. Dear great Gussie. Karen B says, are we surprised by this? Mm-hmm. They do not respect the rule of law. Exactly. You know, I do believe that our souls, each of our souls, are tiny pieces of the divine. But boy, some people make choices that just takes that high vibration, loving, and just pile drives it down into the compact darkness. Dear great Gussie. Oh, yeah. Like the time he showed up in his convertible that he was supposed to turn over. So he just drove it to court. What? All right. Yeah, card beneath that. Full. Yeah. All right. Communication. He's made it very clear. He thinks that he's like Trump and he can get away with anything. But I've got a big old tower here in the center. And then 5 of Wands, trying to stir things up. 4 of Wands. So he's going to try. It's not going to work. It's a state thing. You can't go to Trump and get him to fix things. He won't even pay you the, what is it, $2 million that Trump owes him. But yeah, Rudy is so full of himself. And he thinks he can get away with anything. And he thinks he can go running to Trump. It's not going to work. And I've got that big old tower right in the middle. Boom. Which is what he deserves. It's not literal. Oh, thank you, Zen Cat. Oh, boy. So does Rudy just skate through this, or is that tower going to be the judge? Holding in contempt of court would be a good start. He really thinks that Trump's going to protect him from anything. Knight of Pentacles, Page of Wands. You're not in favor. Lover's card. He is in full delusion land. Full. I can pick up nothing on Giuliani other than his belief that he's above the law and that somehow Trump is going to save him and nothing's going to convince him otherwise. All right, what about the judge? Let's read on the judge. Really? Overworked? Four of Cups, not listening. He knows, yeah, this is bad. I need to spread, oh my gosh, I need to spread out my major arcana. So the judge, first card, Tower, Three of Swords. This is about Giuliani's money. Yeah, this judge is going to take a dim view, but trying to convince Giuliani that anything the judge says will stick. Yeah, he thinks he can do whatever he wants. Okay, well, good luck with that. Yeah, this judge is not messing around. But from Giuliani, I get absolutely nothing but total, utter delusion. All right. Aaron says, I should not rule out that means the judge will be undermined. Oh, thank you, Alan. Thank you. But Lisa's asking, is Rudy waiting for a pardon? But this is state. Is this state? This isn't federal. Is this federal court? Hang on. Do I have this wrong? I admit when I get things wrong. Giuliani. Court. Oh, it is a federal judge. Oh. Okay. In that case, you may have a point. Aki says state, but the news headline Deb says no, it is state. Giovanna says no, it is state. Well, good. Well, let me double check here. Well, that's interesting because, hang on. And Mr. Dillon saying, how do you get a pardon for civil infraction? I don't. This was November 26th. He loses his lawyer and is cool in court. He lashed out at a judge questioning why he had not forfeited personal assets. I thought there was something here that said... All right, I want to make sure you can see this. Yes, you can. I got to move the cats for just a second. The former New York City mayor was in federal court in Manhattan on Tuesday to discuss his continuing failure to give up nearly $11 million. Federal court. I don't understand then. Rudy Giuliani was rebuked by a federal judge. So, well, he's convinced nothing will happen. But, all right. Janelle says settlements cannot be pardoned. I don't know that pardon is necessarily. Giuliani has reason to worry. He is burdened, but then I get the Tower and Justice. So I get he keeps trying to stir stuff up, but this is coming up to be over. There's a thief. Pay back the money. Pay the money you owe. All right. Well, that's what I'm getting. All right. And let me see if I can get one more question in. And anything I don't get to today, I'll roll over to tomorrow. There's so many. Okay. Okay. There's so many bonkers questions, bonkers things going on. 51. I'll just do the next thing on the list. The Daily Beast reports that Trump is inspired by South Korea's president enacting martial law. And by the way, the other day when I talked about it, I had the details of the story wrong. I did not have the correct information. And it wasn't, it was to basically shut down the opposition. Anyway, but the Daily Beast reports Trump is inspired by South Korea's president enacting martial law. Is he inspired enough to try something that stupid here? Considering he's watching that president's downfall in the aftermath. Whew. Oh, do put your questions in the chat before I come on, please. That's where I get the questions from. Thank you. Oh, that feels like a rude awakening. Hang on, I need some clarification here. Oh, Carolyn, thank you. Gifted 20 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. What's this? What is this? Any clarification? Okay. What I'm getting for this if things continue going the way they're going, will Dumpy basically be able to call for martial law or whatever stupidity? What I get is he's underestimating the forces against him. He thinks he can just say whatever he wants and it will just magically happen. But then I've got a King of Swords, which would be like, I don't know who the White House lawyers are going to be, but they're lawyers saying. Then I've got a 10 of Swords and a 3 of Swords. So I asked for some clarification because that's a whole lot of pain. Now, is that legal pain from trying to do something stupid, or is this maybe him doing something to protesters, or I don't know. So I asked for some clarification. Ace of Pentacles. So conservatives trying something. Partnerships amongst the more liberal, and a big old Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is, if somebody wrote down the steps to take to inflame, for an authoritarian to inflame the populace, to create some form of uprising. I'm not saying it's going to be, I'm not saying we're going to be storming the Bastille or the equivalent. But if there was like, okay, then I do this dumb thing, then I should do that dumb thing, then I should do this other dumb thing. Trump's just working his way down that list. Giovanna, that would be a Google question. So, all right, do put your questions in the chat before I come on. I'm literally here every single day. I come on at noon Chicago time every single day. And I have for almost 5 years. So yeah, just put your questions in the chat before I come on, please. All right. And that's going to do it for me for today. But I've got more bonkers questions for tomorrow. Jeez. Oh, boy. All right. But we're going to get through this. And you're not alone. And that's really important. Please remember you're not alone. We're in this together. And it may not seem like there are good days ahead, but there are. They're out there. They're headed this way. All right. All right. So it's 1 o'clock here in Chicago. In 2 hours, I'll be over on the Creative Friends channel here on YouTube. And yeah, so that will do it for me for today. But I'll be right back here tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. All right. Hang in there. Not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. Don't forget that. I know I said it already, but remember. Okay. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.